Hello, my name is Dan. In this quick video, I will attempt to teach you how to run an international trade broker business in about 10 minutes. I will go through the basics, the most important points that you need to know in order to operate such a business successfully. In this video, I will attempt to use the 10 minutes that YouTube is giving us to teach you how to successfully run an international trade brokerage operation by matching United States manufacturers to foreign buyers worldwide. You begin by starting to send offers to sell, and when you receive responses to an offer to sell, you continue with the price quotation, eventually with a pro forma invoice. This is your method of communication. In my past experience, and I worked in international trade for at least 2 decades, it is best to contact people in their own language. That shows concern, it shows that you have put a little bit of effort, that you're not sending them a standard letter. Many of these people receive 200 to 300 faxes every day, and if you make that extra effort to send a letter in their own language, and I'm going to show you how. Not only do they pay attention to it, and it impresses them, and they answer you, but you have built rapport, which is very important in international trade. You want to make sure you have a working relationship. You're never going to pull a $10 million transaction by email or by fax. That is a dream. It's absolutely impossible. It's never going to happen. Before you gain the capacity to mediate a transaction, you're going to understand how important relationships are, diplomacy is at an international level. These people are going to trust you after they have dinner with you, after they meet you in person, and then they're going to sign papers. So, assuming that you're going to get paid by letter of credit for a reasonably large transaction so that you have a significant commission out of brokering the deal, here's how it works. It starts with you sending an acceptable pro forma invoice to the buyer. The buyer accepts the pro forma and goes to his bank and opens a letter of credit in your favor. When you receive the letter of credit instrument in your favor, you will assign the majority of the proceeds to the manufacturer, to the person who will be shipping the goods. When they're notified by their bank that there is money in the bank waiting for them to ship, you have a very happy manufacturer who will perform on time. Once the merchandise is on the ship, everybody gets paid. You're going to get paid first. There are many companies out there that will spend days, weeks, months teaching you the technicalities of a letter of credit. While it is important to understand the basic principles very well, don't let anybody tell you that you need to be an expert, because you don't. You just need to understand a few basics. I think the most important thing that you need to understand is how to get leads, how to contact the right people, how to do market research, how to do product research to make sure you're in the right business and you're selling it in places where there is a demand. There is a reason why I said that you and the manufacturer have to be in the same country. But let's narrow it down. You don't really have to. If you find somebody who sells a product that you think you would have success selling to other countries, what you need to have is a physical address so you could open a bank account in that same country. You and the exporter must have bank accounts in the same country in order for the assignment of proceeds to occur. A bank will not assign proceeds to a manufacturer in a different country. I need to have a bank account in the same country as the manufacturer for the assignment of proceeds to occur. Fortunately, getting a physical address and a bank account in any country in the world is relatively easy. All you have to do is basically pay a monthly fee to have a street address, and I'm sure you could figure that one out on your own. And once you have a physical address, what you have to do is probably travel to that country and open a bank account with your ID. I firmly believe that if you are interested in running million-dollar transactions to help people export their goods and to be a hero to them and to help other people purchase those goods, the price of a plane ticket is not going to be an issue. At this point, many of you may be stuck thinking, what exactly am I going to sell? I'm only going to give you one example so I could judge your mind a little bit, so you could think about other potential lucrative industries on your own. Africa. You could sell so-called humanitarian technology to Africa. For example, water filtration technologies, because it helps the population of a locale, of a village, of a city. It's called humanitarian. Usually the buyers will be government or branches of a government. Their payment is assured. You have an ironclad guarantee that you're going to get paid when you deal with the government. Because those transactions are backed up by various international forums. So you are going to get paid. All you have to do is look for good suppliers of innovative technology in that particular field. I'm sure you could come up with many more opportunities if you do your research properly. So you have sent a pro forma invoice, it was accepted by your buyer, they have opened the credit in your favor, and now the advising bank has told you that such a credit exists in your favor. In most cases, you would want to ask for a confirmed letter of credit, meaning that it's also additionally endorsed by a bank in your own country, in the country where you will be receiving the payment. There are two things that you need to look at on your letter of credit. One is the LC, letter of credit, reference number, printed in the upper right-hand corner, and the other one is the expiration date. That is how much time you have available to make the deal happen. Another thing that you're going to see on the letter of credit is a list of documents that you must submit together with your demand draft. A demand draft is kind of a check. That's why they call checks drafts. It's like a check that you submit, and obviously when you go to the bank with a check, you expect for money to come out of somebody's account to honor that check. The same thing with letters of credit. When you go to collect payment because you have fulfilled every condition in the letter of credit, you need to submit this demand draft together with a list of documents. Every single document that you must submit together with your demand draft is listed in the letter of credit. Do not worry about these documents because some of them your bank will provide, and most of them the person that you use as a freight forwarder, they will know how to obtain the other documents or send you to the proper places where you could obtain them.